Most car batteries don't just die, they're slowly being killed by tiny mistakes drivers make every day. The scary part? It's 100% preventable. Just a few seconds once a month can save you from jump starts, $400 replacements, and the nightmare of getting stranded when you least expect it. Do this one simple thing and your battery could easily last a decade, maybe even outlive the car itself. And wait until you hear the final tip. It's the secret mechanics use to turn a 3-year battery into a 10-year powerhouse. Let's dive in. 16. Clean those terminals every 3 months. Battery terminal corrosion is the #1 preventable cause of early battery death. See that white, crusty buildup on your terminals? It's not just ugly, it's forcing your battery to work 3 times harder than it should, slowly killing itself through overwork. Here's what's happening. Corrosion creates electrical resistance. Think of it like trying to drink a milkshake through a clogged straw. Your battery desperately tries to charge, but the corrosion won't let current flow properly. Every time you start with corroded terminals, your battery drains further and charges less. Had a customer bring in her car? Frustrated. This battery is only 2 years old. I popped the hood. Terminals looked like something grew on them. Cables barely hanging on. You know what I did? 10 minutes with baking soda and a toothbrush. That dead battery? Tested perfect. Ran another 4 years. She didn't need a $180 replacement. She needed a toothbrush. Here's your 10-minute job. Disconnect negative first, then positive. Mix baking soda with water into a paste. Scrub terminals and cable ends with an old toothbrush until all corrosion is gone. Rinse with clean water. Dry completely. Reconnect positive first, then negative. Coat everything with petroleum jelly or terminal protector spray. 10 minutes every 3 months. That's the difference between a battery lasting 3 years versus 8 years. When's the last time you actually looked at your battery terminals? Be honest. Most of you can't even remember. That's the problem. Prevention that actually works. These clean terminals won't matter if you're making the next mistake that kills batteries faster than anything else. This one happens because energy isn't being replaced and can be very dangerous. 15. Stop taking short trips everywhere. Short trips under 10 minutes are battery killers, and I bet half of you are doing it right now. Your alternator needs 15 to 20 minutes of driving to recharge what's starting consumed. But what are you doing? Driving to the mailbox, shutting off. Store 3 blocks away, shutting off. Neighbor's house, shutting off. Each short trip drains your battery without giving the alternator time to recharge it. Think of it like doing wind sprints all day without ever catching your breath. Do this daily, and your battery slowly drains until one morning, usually when you're already running late, it just won't start. Guy comes in for his 3rd battery in 18 months. 3rd! What is going on? He asked, frustrated. I said, walk me through your typical day. Where do you drive? Post office 2 blocks away, gym around the corner, grocery store nearby. Never more than 5 minutes at a time. I looked at him. Dude, you're starving your battery to death. His face went blank. What do you mean starving? Your battery is like someone running marathons on an empty stomach. It's dying of energy starvation because you never give it time to recharge. The fix? If your driving is mostly short hops, connect a battery maintainer overnight once a week. These plug into regular outlets and slowly recharge your battery to compensate for the charging deficit. Costs $25 to $40. Way cheaper than buying batteries every 6 months. Quick reminder, if this kind of no-nonsense car advice is helping you catch problems before they blow up your wallet, hit that subscribe button now. However, short trips aren't the only driving habit destroying batteries. Here's another one most people don't realize, and it brings a massive drain during startup that ages your battery faster than almost anything else. 14. Turn off everything before starting. Starting your engine with the lights, radio, AC, and heated seats all running forces your battery to power all those accessories and the starter motor simultaneously. Make it a habit. Turn off lights, radio, climate control, and accessories before turning the key or pushing the start button. Let your battery focus its energy on starting the engine. Once running, turn on whatever accessories you want. The alternator will handle them. This one habit change costs nothing and adds a year or more to battery life. Simple but incredibly effective. Quick question, how many of you are guilty of this? I bet half of you start the car with everything running and wonder why your battery doesn't last. Drop a comment, let's see who's honest. And speaking about the opposite of effective, letting your car sit for weeks will bring many problems, much more than you expect. 13. Don't let it sit for weeks. Batteries self-discharge even when disconnected, and modern cars with computers and alarm systems drain batteries constantly when parked. Leave your car sitting for 3 weeks without starting it, and you might come back to a dead battery that's been damaged by deep discharge. Modern vehicles draw 20 to 80 milliamps continuously for computer memory, alarm systems, and various control modules. Over 3 weeks, that constant small drain can completely discharge a battery, and deep discharge damages battery plates permanently. Battery research from Interstate Batteries indicates that deep discharge below 10.5 volts causes permanent capacity loss of 5 to 10% per occurrence, with batteries subjected to 3 or more deep discharge cycles losing 30 to 40% of total capacity and failing to meet starting requirements even after recharging. If you're leaving a car parked more than 2 weeks, either disconnect the negative terminal or connect a battery maintainer. The maintainer costs $30 and keeps your battery topped off indefinitely. For cars stored long-term, this is essential protection that prevents expensive battery replacement and the risk of being stranded when you need the vehicle. Disconnecting is free, but requires resetting your radio presets and clock. Your choice, minor inconvenience or dead battery. Look, I get it. I'll just start it when I need it. Famous last words. You know when you'll need it? When you're already running late for something important. Murphy's Law, every time. Now let me show you something most people never check. 12. Check your alternator belt tension. When's the last time you checked your alternator belt tension? Never? Yeah, that's what I thought. A loose alternator belt can't spin the alternator at proper speed, which means reduced charging output. Your battery never fully recharges, slowly draining over weeks until it fails completely, and you blame the battery when the real problem was the belt all along. The alternator belt should have about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of deflection when you press down on it firmly. More than that, and it's too loose, slipping instead of gripping, failing to spin the alternator at the RPM needed for full charging output. I replaced a customer's battery 3 times in 2 years before finally checking his alternator belt. It was so loose I could deflect it 2 inches with one finger. His alternator was barely charging at all. Tightened the belt, and his next battery lasted 6 years without issues. Check your belt tension every 6 months. Look for cracks, glazing, or wear that indicates replacement is needed. Serpentine belts typically last 50,000 to 70,000 miles, but can fail earlier in hot climates or with oil contamination. A new belt costs $20 to $40. Installation takes 15 minutes. That's cheap insurance for your battery and entire electrical system. But even perfect belt tension doesn't help if your alternator itself is failing, and this kills batteries prematurely. 11. Test your charging system twice a year. Your alternator should produce 13.8 to 14.4 volts when running. Below that range and your battery isn't charging properly. Above it and you're overcharging, which boils off electrolyte and damages battery plates. Either condition kills batteries prematurely. Electrical system research shows that charging voltages outside optimal range reduce battery life proportionally to the deviation. Undercharging by 0.5 volts reduces life by approximately 25%, while overcharging by 0.5 volts reduces life by 30 to 40% through electrolyte loss and plate warping from excessive gassing. Test in spring and fall. Takes 5 minutes and tells you if your charging system is slowly killing your battery. Catch problems early and you're looking at $150 to $300 in alternator or regulator repairs instead of repeated $200 battery replacements, plus the cost of whatever the failing alternator eventually damages. If this kind of preventive maintenance advice is saving you money, hit that subscribe button now, because what's coming next about parasitic drains will shock you. Prevention is always cheaper than replacement, but this doesn't help if your battery is working too hard because of the next problem. This one is in your electrical system. 10. Fix parasitic drains immediately. Parasitic drain is when something in your electrical system draws power with the car off beyond normal computer memory and security systems. Trunk lights staying on, glove box lights, aftermarket accessories wired wrong. These drain batteries overnight and kill them within months. I had a customer whose battery died every 3 months, like clockwork. I also tested parasitic draw and found 450 milliamps, way too high. Then tracked it down to an aftermarket radio that never fully shut off. It was draining 450 milliamps continuously, killing batteries in 90 days. Fixed the radio wiring and his battery lasted 5 years. Testing parasitic draw requires a multimeter in series with your negative battery cable. If you're not comfortable doing this, any mechanic can test it in 15 minutes. Finding and fixing parasitic drains costs $50 to $200 depending on the source, but it prevents buying batteries every year indefinitely. If your battery keeps dying for no apparent reason, parasitic drain is the likely culprit. You know what's crazy? Most people will buy 4 or 5 batteries before they finally test for parasitic drain. Don't be that person. Test it before replacing another battery. Now here's a maintenance step most people skip that adds years to battery life, and it's slowly draining your battery even when everything is off. 9. Keep the case clean and dry. Dirt, oil, and moisture on your battery case create paths for electrical current to leak between terminals. A dirty battery is a self-discharging battery that won't hold a charge regardless of how good your charging system is. Moisture mixed with dirt creates conductive sludge on the battery top. This gunk allows current to flow directly from positive to negative terminal externally, bypassing the battery internals and slowly draining it through surface discharge. Cleaning is simple. Disconnect the terminals, spray the entire case with degreaser, scrub with a brush, rinse thoroughly with water, dry completely. Do this every 6 months or whenever you notice the case getting grimy. A clean battery is a happy battery. Don't let surface discharge steal energy that should be starting your car. The issue is that internal problems are another monster you should watch out for. These problems cause even more damage than ordinary cleanliness. 8. Check electrolyte levels monthly. If you have a serviceable battery with removable caps, checking and topping off electrolyte levels is critical maintenance. Most people never do. Low electrolyte exposes battery plates to air, causing permanent damage that ruins the battery. The plates must stay submerged in electrolyte to function. When levels drop and plates are exposed, those sections permanently lose capacity. Top off the battery afterward, and it'll never perform like it should. The damage is permanent. Check monthly by removing the caps and looking into each cell. Electrolyte should cover the plates by 1/4 to 1/2 inch. If low, add only distilled water, never tap water, which contains minerals that damage batteries. Fill to the proper level, but don't overfill. Speaking of different battery types, here's what you need to know about maintenance-free batteries. 7. Maintenance-free doesn't mean ignore it. Maintenance-free batteries still need external maintenance. Clean terminals, proper charging, case cleaning. The maintenance-free label just means you can't access the electrolyte to add water. Everything else still applies. People see maintenance-free and think the battery needs zero attention. Then they're shocked when it dies in 3 years. The label doesn't mean indestructible, it means sealed. You still need to maintain the terminals, connections, and charging system. One customer got angry when his lifetime warranty battery died at 4 years. Read the warranty fine print. Lifetime coverage requires proof of proper maintenance. He'd done nothing, assuming maintenance-free meant no maintenance required. No coverage, no replacement, $200 out of pocket for a new battery. Even maintenance-free batteries need terminal cleaning, charging system testing, and proper usage. The sealed design prevents electrolyte service, but doesn't eliminate all maintenance requirements. Don't let marketing language fool you into neglecting basic care. But all this maintenance means nothing if you live somewhere with extreme temperatures. There is a silent killer that will half your battery life like it's nothing. 6. Protect your battery from extreme temperatures. Heat is the silent battery killer. Every 15-degree Fahrenheit increase in average temperature cuts battery life in half. That's why batteries in Arizona last 3 years, while identical batteries in Alaska last 7. Heat accelerates internal chemical reactions that degrade battery plates. Cold doesn't damage batteries like heat does, but it reduces available capacity. At 0 degrees Fahrenheit, your battery has only 40% of its rated capacity. If it's already weak from age or poor maintenance, cold weather will expose that weakness and leave you stranded. Research from battery manufacturer Optima shows that batteries operated at average temperatures of 90 degrees Fahrenheit last approximately 3.2 years, while identical batteries at 70 degrees Fahrenheit average 5.8 years, and batteries at 50 degrees Fahrenheit average 8.4 years, demonstrating exponential life reduction with increasing temperature. If you park in hot sun, use a windshield reflector to reduce interior temperatures. Park in shade when possible. In extreme heat climates, consider a battery insulation wrap that moderates temperature swings. In winter, plug in engine block heaters, if equipped, to reduce starting load. Make sure your battery is in good condition before winter hits. Weak batteries fail in cold, not strong ones. Now let me show you why jump starting can actually kill your battery. 5. Jump start correctly or don't jump start at all. Incorrect jump starting sends voltage spikes through both vehicles' electrical systems, potentially damaging batteries, alternators, and computers. I've seen $2,000 in electrical damage from one wrong jump start. The procedure matters. Most people connect cables in whatever order seems convenient. Wrong. The sequence prevents sparks near batteries that could ignite hydrogen gas emitted during charging, and it prevents voltage spikes that damage electronics. Correct procedure. Connect positive to dead battery first, then positive to good battery. Connect negative to good battery, then negative to a ground on the dead car, engine block or frame, not the battery terminal. Start the good car, wait a few minutes, then start the dead car. Disconnect in reverse order. That final negative connection is critical. Connecting directly to the dead battery's negative terminal puts the spark right at the battery where hydrogen gas concentrates. Connect to a ground point instead, and the spark happens away from the battery in a safer location. According to battery safety guidelines from OSHA and battery manufacturers, incorrect jump starting causes approximately 5,000 injuries annually from battery explosions, with improper final connection points accounting for 67% of these incidents due to hydrogen ignition. If you must jump start traditionally, do it right. Wrong procedures damage batteries and everything connected to them. But even perfect jump starting is hard on batteries. Too many jump starts and your battery never recovers. Here is how you can solve this. If you must jump start traditionally, do it right. I can already hear half of you thinking, I've been doing it wrong for 20 years and nothing bad happened. Yeah, until the one time something does happen. Don't learn this lesson the $2,000 way. Wrong procedures damage batteries and everything connected to them. 4. Every jump start ages your battery. Jump starting forces your battery to accept high amperage charging that it's not designed to handle. This rapid charging creates heat and stress that damages plates and reduces capacity. Your alternator charges at 10 to 40 amps depending on electrical load. Jump starting can deliver 100 to 200 amps instantly. That shock charging heats the battery internally, warping plates and accelerating chemical breakdown of active materials. Had a customer who got jumped 3 times in 2 months because he kept leaving his lights on. After the 3rd jump, his battery wouldn't hold a charge anymore. The repeated high amperage charging had physically damaged the plates. At just 15 months old, it needed replacement. Battery electrochemistry research indicates that rapid high-amperage charging creates localized hotspots within battery cells that cause plate warping and active material shedding, with each jumpstart event reducing total battery capacity by 2 to 5% through cumulative physical damage. If you need jumpstarts, figure out why and fix the underlying problem. Parasitic drain, failing alternator, or bad driving habits. Whatever is killing your battery will keep killing it until you address the root cause. Jumpstarting is emergency procedure, not routine maintenance. Batteries that need frequent jumping are telling you something is wrong. Now here's the testing that tells you exactly when your battery needs replacement. 3. Load test your battery. Twice a year. Load testing applies a heavy electrical draw and measures whether voltage stays above 9.6 volts for 15 seconds. This tells you whether your battery can handle the real-world stress of starting engines in cold weather. It's the only test that matters. Voltage testing just tells you if the battery is charged. Load testing tells you if it's actually healthy. A bad battery can show 12.6 volts, but fail instantly under load because internal damage has destroyed its capacity. I test every battery twice a year, spring and fall. This catches failing batteries before they leave you stranded. Replacing a battery on your schedule beats replacing it when you're late for work on the coldest morning of the year. Most auto parts stores test batteries free. Takes 5 minutes. If your battery fails load testing but shows good voltage, it's damaged internally and needs replacement regardless of age. If it passes, you're good for another 6 months. According to battery testing standards from the Battery Council International, load testing is 97% accurate in predicting imminent battery failure, while voltage testing alone is only 54% accurate, with load testing providing the only reliable method for determining remaining battery capacity under real-world starting conditions. Don't wait for failure. Test regularly and replace proactively when tests show declining performance. Being proactive costs the same as being reactive, but eliminates the inconvenience and potential danger of unexpected failure. Prevention beats reaction every time, but even healthy batteries need the right storage conditions. 2. If you're storing a vehicle, prepare the battery. Long-term storage without preparation kills batteries through self-discharge and sulfation. 3 months of sitting can permanently damage a battery that was healthy when you parked the vehicle. Proper storage preparation prevents this. First option, disconnect the negative terminal completely. This stops all parasitic drain and dramatically slows self-discharge. Downside is you'll need to reset radio presets and clock when reconnecting. Second option, connect a battery maintainer. These trickle charge at 1 to 2 amps, keeping the battery topped off indefinitely without overcharging. Plug it in before storage and your battery stays healthy for months or even years. Costs $30 to $50 and pays for itself by preventing one battery replacement. I've got vehicles that sit for months with maintainers connected. When I need them, batteries are fully charged and ready to go like I just drove them yesterday. No jump starting, no weak cranking, no problems. Battery storage research shows that batteries stored at full charge in cool conditions with maintainer support retain 90 to 95% of capacity after 12 months, while batteries stored without maintainers in warm conditions lose 40 to 60% of capacity and often develop permanent sulfation, requiring replacement. Third option, start and run the vehicle for 20 minutes every 2 weeks. This keeps the battery charged and circulates fluids throughout the vehicle. Downside is you need to be available every 2 weeks and willing to do the maintenance. Pick whichever method fits your situation, but don't just park it and hope for the best. Preparation prevents permanent battery damage. Now here's the final secret to 10-year battery life. The secret that would actually change the way you treat your battery forever. Are you ready? Buy quality, and it actually lasts longer. Cheap batteries die in 3 years. Premium batteries last 7 to 10 with proper maintenance. The cost difference is maybe $50 to $80, but the lifespan difference is 3 to 5 years. Do the math? Premium batteries are actually cheaper per year of service. Budget batteries use thinner plates, lower quality separators, and less active material. They work fine initially, but wear out quickly. Premium batteries use thicker plates, better materials, and more robust construction that withstands years of cycling. I've run the numbers on my own vehicles. Budget battery, $90 every 3 years equals $30 per year. Premium battery, $160 every 8 years equals $20 per year. Plus, the premium battery didn't leave me stranded 3 times like the budget ones did. Consumer testing data from Consumer Reports shows that premium batteries from manufacturers like Interstate, Optima, and DieHard averaged 6.8 years in service before replacement, while budget batteries averaged 3.2 years, with premium batteries providing 112% longer service life despite costing only 45% more initially. Look for batteries with higher cold cranking amps than your vehicle requires. Longer warranty periods, 4 to 5 years free replacement is better than 2 to 3 years. And proven brand names with good customer service. A quality battery maintained properly will outlast 2 or 3 cheap batteries while providing better performance and reliability the entire time. That's value that actually saves money. If you learned even one new thing today, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-world car advice that actually matters. There's a video on your screen right now that'll save you even more money and stress under the hood. Click it now on the left, and I'll meet you there.